Someone's catching up after the 0-0 draw with Sporting Club Inkberrow. I'd say that was a fairly entertaining 0-0 draw.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not for the neutral, but for ourselves, the way we performed, the way we were together, we were compact, the spirit of the team. And we knew we were playing a team that are going to be in and around the playoffs. So so yes, it was entertaining to a point, but obviously we needed to make it less entertaining at certain times, just to make sure that we got a result after all our hard work.
Yeah, definitely first half fairly even. I thought second half we probably had the better chances, but it was fairly even possession wise.
Yeah, I'd say chances wise overall, I think, and when Carnell came on, Connor had a really good shift for an hour, but we just needed to stretch him a little bit. And when you've got somebody who can come off the bench to do that obviously helps, and that obviously got us sort of back into the game, and the momentum swung a little bit for us. But yeah, I think possession wise they were generally better than us in possession. We were a bit loose at times, but our work rate off the ball, our endeavour, some of our defending, and then our bits of quality now and again just showed today, and I was really pleased with the performance.
Got the response you wanted after Tuesday, I guess.
Yeah, that's all I asked. I mean, I expected a reaction from them with their defeat at Lydney. I wanted a reaction from our guys, and I think overall we're getting one or two players out. You look at it and you're thinking, how are we going to perform? How are we going to react? Give them Thursday night off, just to sort of have a break from each other and just stay away and just relax and chill out, and just regroup. And like I said today, in abundance, you can tell on that pitch today that we were a team. Yeah.
You said a few out. Dean Turner had to drop into centre half. I thought he did really well for us. And I thought as well there were a few other people who perhaps haven't been quite there of late, who put really good shifts today.
Yeah, Dino, every time he's dropped back in there, has done well. He's done well all season for us. Really pleased with the contribution that he's done all season. Let's say Corey and Callum were superb in midfield today. Pritch and let's say Dino, Kieran and Ollie. Ollie has 4 games in a row probably he's playing now, and you can see the quality that he's got. Brad and Connor, again, what we said at halftime, what they're going to need to do, the shift they need to put in to get us a result, and they did that. Like Connor managed an hour, Brad, but our 2 fullbacks, really pleased. Ellis has had a lot of stick from me over the last few weeks, few months, because I know there's something in there, there's something to work with. It's just not quite been there, but he's for a young lad, he's got some broad shoulders. He turns up week in, week out, and today is what the sort of performance that I want to see from him week in, week out. And we haven't been able to give him a run of games. I told him in the week he was starting in a massive game today, and he'd be starting. He's come focused, and that's the best I've seen of him as well. So really pleased. I think both fullbacks were immense today for us.
You mentioned Ellis Clifford there, 18 years old, and he's just played his 50th competitive first team game, which is some going, I guess. That's what I mean. You should almost, because he's been with me that long, you think he's experienced, and you probably want him to do a little bit more. And I have to maybe take a step back at times. I think, he is still only a youngster who's still learning the game. And hopefully I can guide him in the right way to get him better and improve. But the reaction, he doesn't miss training. He turns him week in, week out. When it's not going right, he digs in and he does his very, very best, and that's all I can ask from someone like that. Yeah, and a slightly different end of the spectrum, another lad who's been with you for a long time on and off, Luke Merchant, playing his 150th game for us today.
Yeah, it's a great landmark to get 150 games. He's our captain. He is. They say, I think he's the best goalkeeper in the league, and I will argue all day with anybody on that. So, really pleased for Merch to get his 150th game, and obviously, he sort of sets the tone of where we want to be as a group and a team, along with a few other senior players. So really pleased for Luke.
And then just closing to look ahead, we've got a midweek game at Mangotsfield on Tuesday. We used to dread going on I never say if it's 3 or 4G, but on the artificial surface. After some recent performance, I guess you're probably looking forward to it more.
Yeah, I mean the results that we'd had on 4G before I arrived and when I arrived, they weren't great. But we've had some really good results, really good performances of recent times. We've got some good players. Previously we've had to dig deep and maybe not had the personnel to get results. But we've got some good footballers in our team, and today that's a big, heavy pitch for us. And there was some quality on a surface on Tuesday night. I hope we can go and express ourselves because we've got nothing to lose now. We want to be competitive in every game. We've got Pershall, we've got Mangotsfield, we have Brimscombe and Malmesbury. There's another team in the top 5 that I can't think of at the moment. But we have a say in who's going to get in and around the playoffs, and so hopefully we can contribute and keep this league competitive.
And here's hoping you can remember we're off to Mangotsfield on Tuesday. Cheers, mate. Thank you.